Hi, good evening. I know the other channels are already covering the fact that Brian Koberger has landed back in Pullman. He had just arrived at the jail. He's booked in. I have the court documents for tomorrow. His hearing is at 10 a.m. local time. So I'll get those on the screen in a minute. But first, I want to cover a breaking news story. I know that a lot of us suspected this because it was really weird, was it not, that he got pulled over at 10:45 in the morning, questioned a little bit. The cop was really nice to him, but he didn't run his ID. He didn't run his tag. He didn't run his registration. He didn't run his insurance. He just chatted with him a little bit. Hey, where you going? Where you headed? And then they pulled him over again at 3:50 p.m. and, just chatted with him again for a minute. Well, it turns out, as you can see on the screen, the FBI directed those stops. FBI directed Indiana State Police to pull over Brian Koberger, seeking video images of his hands. I wonder why they didn't go to the driver's side of the car then. But anyway, let me read this article really quick for you. Moscow, Idaho, a Federal Bureau of Investigation surveillance team tracked Idaho quadruple murder suspect Brian Koberger and his father on a cross-country road trip from Washington State to Pennsylvania and asked Indiana police to pull him over, a law enforcement source told Fox News. The law enforcement source told Fox News that the FBI surveillance team was seeking video images of Koberger as well as his hands. Brian Koberger and his father were pulled over twice in Indiana on December 15th while making the cross-country trip. The law enforcement source said the investigators were still building their case on December 15th to make an arrest, but added that genealogy played a major role. What a weird looking, anyway. Brian Koberger is being charged in the connection to the fatal November 13th stabbings of University of Idaho students. I'm going to say their names again. I'm still praying for their families and their friends. Kaylee Gonsalves, Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, and Madison Mogan during the early morning hours in Moscow, Idaho. So I'll play this little clip. I think this is the 10:43 a.m. stop. I've already got this on video on my channel, but I'm going to put it up here. This is the one they were most talkative and asked him the most questions. Can't really hear a whole lot on these audios, but I do have a better one from another channel that did really well on getting rid of some of that background noise. And I may put that up later, but now we know the motive. Like, why was he pulled over twice? And they never even ran his ID, didn't check for warrants, didn't check for anything. Brian Koberger never even handed the officers on either stop his registration or his insurance. The officer just stood there with it in his hand and stood there and talked to Brian and his father and was like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, really? So where you been? Where you going? Very interesting. Let me play it really quick because it's only 2 minutes. If it'll play for us. I think this clip is probably being played a whole lot right